Hi folks, today I have somebody new for the channel, a first time frauditor that I get to cover, the Tyrant Terminator. And I am not saying it as cringy as he does, but it's pretty cringy. He decides to go to an immigration center, get trespassed, and then follow up by going to talk to the police chief about what he claims to be an illegal trespassing. But before we start today's video, a quick thank you to all of my current channel members and subscribers. Without you guys, and the amount of love and support you guys have shown me, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I want to thank you especially right now. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video, shall we?
What's good, TTA family? Back at y'all with another one. Man, today we at the United States Citizenship Immigration Services. This is their application support center out in Norridge, Illinois. Just going in here, get ready to see if they respect our rights to record in public and to make sure that our rights are not infringed on by anyone at any time. Let's go see. Just coming in to document. What's your name?
Oh, you're not allowed to record in here.
Really?
Yeah.
I see the signs, but this is public property. Just coming in to document and grab a couple of FOIA request forms. That's it. So right away, see those signs that says no recording devices. These items are prohibited in this office. Disregarding this notice will result in removal from the premises.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Wonder if they're aware of the CFR that allows us to record. Hello.
I'm sorry. Picture taking and recording is not allowed in here.
Why not?
This
Because
is a federal office.
that's exactly why it's allowed.
Are you here for fingerprints or any process?
I'm just here, like I told the young lady, I'm here to document the building and grab a couple of FOIA request forms from you guys.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You see, if you were truly there for a FOIA request and to get some information, you could have gotten that off the internet. You could have gone to this website. However, the young lady is wrong about one thing. That's not a federal building. Later, we find out that this is a contracted building, i.e., the government leases a pre-existing building and has to pay rent fees. These people who are working there are independent contractors hired by the government to fulfill the job of getting fingerprints for these people who are trying to complete the immigration status.
Picture taking and cell phones not allowed. It does say it on here.
Yeah, I know it says it right here too, but
Okay.
there's not a law.
It doesn't need to be a law. It is a policy there to keep the private and identifiable information of the people who are trying to complete the immigration process to come and become citizens of our great country. So, they can ask you to stop recording. They can ask you not to take your phone out and do what you're doing.
I'm sorry, but
What's your name?
ask you to leave.
What's your name?
I cannot give you my name.
You can't give me your name. Oh, wow. She can't give me her name. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm so good. I'm Officer Ramos with Immigration.
How you doing today?
I'm good. So can
I
I
got-
ask you, why are you recording? Do
Like-
you have an appointment today?
No, ma'am. What's your name again?
Officer Ramos.
Officer Ramos. Like I just explained to this young lady, and the first young lady that encountered me, I'm just here to document the building and to grab a couple of FOIA request forms from you guys.
Okay, so we don't have a FOIA. We don't have any applications for immigration because this is just a fingerprint site. So
Okay.
unfortunately, we give you there's nothing for any of us to give you.
Well, I can just fill it out on a blank sheet of paper and
No,
turn it
there's
in.
nothing here. So the only thing that we do in this building is just fingerprints for immigration. That is it. So people who walk in here already have appointments.
That's correct.
This is a contracting facility, so they don't even have anything to do with immigration. So there is nothing.
Well, what we talking about the facility
The
itself.
facility is just a facility for fingerprints.
It's a federal facility,
No,
though, right?
sir, we are not
So why did
federal.
she tell me that? The young lady just
We are
her
not-
right there.
We're not federal.
Why she
This
say
is not
that?
a federal. She's a contractor. She doesn't know.
Oh,
sir.
she doesn't
Sorry.
know.
She's not federal.
Okay.
This is not
What-
federal.
What? Okay, right. What is it? State?
No, it's just a building. This is just a building that the.
This is neither federal, state, or city property. It's not public property. It is a leased building owned by a private individual who made a contract deal with the government, meaning they can have you trespass from that property. And as the lady just said, they don't provide anything here other than fingerprints for immigration services. So what kind of information would you be trying to get from them?
The contractors contracting.
So-
We're just renting.
So,
the only
put
thing
it like
for
this. What?
immigration
Put it
would
like
be
this. What do
downtown
you?
Immigration.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what does this particular site offer in terms of services?
In terms of services, we offer fingerprints that the immigration has already scheduled.
Okay, that's
so,
correct.
And we don't do anything.
I'm sorry, I have to ask you to leave, otherwise I will come back.
Yes. So that's why I'm trying to tell you nicely, sir.
I understand.
That right now there isn't anything really here that has anything to do with immigration except for people that
Well,
come in for fingerprints.
Right, which still has something to do with immigration.
Yes, it does, but immigration, they already done the services, they pay their fees, they do what they have to do, then they get scheduled. But as far as that's only thing that we do here in this building.
Okay, right.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
like I
we'll
was just
have to
explaining,
ask you to leave.
I'm having a conversation. You're
Yeah, but you
interrupting.
keep recording, so
Well, because I have a First Amendment right to do so.
You have a constitutional right to be a dumbass.
Why don't you jump up on the stand?
You have a
but yes, sir, you do. But let's step outside if you want to keep talking.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm here for specific things.
But tell me, what are you here
I just
for?
told you I'm here if you guys don't have the FOIA
But
forms,
we don't have FOIA
that's
forms.
great. I can just fill it out on a blank sheet of paper and turn it into you still.
No, you can't because we don't accept anything here. We
You-
cannot accept.
the thing
any
is, you have
papers.
to.
No, we don't have to. We do not accept.
The law states that you have to.
But you're.
And how many times has she told you that they don't provide any services here other than fingerprints? You can't submit a FOIA request form here. She's told you to go to the downtown immigration office if you want a FOIA request. All they do is take fingerprints. I mean, you're now intentionally being stubborn and bullheaded. And they've asked you to leave how many times because you keep refusing to obey the no photography or recording policy.
In the wrong building. See?
Absolutely not. This
Yes,
is a
you
government
are.
building.
This is not a government
Yes, it
building,
is.
sir.
It says it all on the web.
No, it's not a government
Want me to show it to
building,
you?
sir.
I can show it to you.
No.
Oh, you don't want? You're not interested in seeing it.
I'm telling you, this is not. This is people. We don't give anything here. We don't give you anything.
Well, I see a lot of people here.
No.
Obviously, you guys are offering some type of services. This
Boy ain't right.
is packed in here today.
No, I can. The only thing that we can do probably that can help you that have applications and are more is organizations,
Organization. Okay.
community-based organizations.
Okay. And they do
Now,
offer services.
If you do go to them, yes, then they can. You can say, hey, I want to fill out a FOIA form, da 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 da, and they can help you out.
Well, I see that you guys do have like a lot of information that's posted on the wall and stuff. I don't see why I can't just
Where do you see
document.
information like what?
Where I see a lot of like all the you see all the stuff that you guys have on the wall. That's why I said I wanted to come in and document the building. You already told me the foyers are obviously
don't
not
do any of
okay.
that.
Great, so I can still document the building and hike on out. I don't see a
Document what exactly? The posters on the wall? The ones that say they help people with disabilities? Or the stuff for the community outreach that she said she would give you, so if you wanted to file a FOIA request with them, you can do it? Because there's nothing in this building you need to document. It's just a place for people to come and get their fingerprints taken so they can complete the status requirements to become a U.S. citizen. I feel like you're trying to hinder them from from completing their work and these people to become fine, upstanding citizens of our great nation.
Problem.
There's a,
I really don't see a problem.
you know what? That's their policy.
Okay.
Is that people cannot come in with?
I see that. I see they have signs, but the policy.
But
let me
that is their policy.
Let me explain to you real quick about a policy. That policy and the Constitution is diametrically opposed.
Okay.
It really is, honestly. And these are not.
All right. So that's cool. So if you stand there, do what you gotta do. I guess she's gonna do what she has to do. Because I already explained to you that these people just come here with an appointment. The service that we offer is have them get fingerprinted.
That's correct.
And then they go home.
Well, I'm just saying that.
We do not give any other things to them.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is, hopefully you understand this, that this is a government building.
It is not a government building. And
Oh,
I'm sorry
do you want me to
about
show it
that.
to you?
No, maybe the website says it, but this is
Why
not
wouldn't
a
you?
government building.
Why aren't you
This is
interested in
just a
seeing
regular
it?
building.
Why aren't you interested in seeing it? I can prove it to you.
No, it's fine.
Well, I'm up to call shenanigans. Maybe she doesn't want to deal with your shenanigans. Because it's what it is. You have never gone to a website and it be wrong? I mean, I've gone to many websites saying, hey, this restaurant's open. Or this store still has this item in stock. But yet I call them or I go there and they're closed or they're out of stock. The website might have it, but this particular building don't, or this particular store. That's all it is this building is a leased building, so it's not a federal building. It may not be properly listed on the website.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay.
Okay?
All right.
So,
I mean, I like I said, I want to document the building, and
well, you can't walk around nowhere, so you're going to have to stay there if you're going to document anything, because
I just got to stay right here.
stay right there because you don't have any services here. There's
Oh, wow.
nothing for you to come in here for.
But I mean, it's public property, man. So you know what I mean? Like, it's public. I guess I'll stay behind the ropes. I mean, even though I don't have to, you know, but
You do have to, sir. That's just the problem. You just can't walk in here without justification. Your justification is just you want to record. You cannot.
document.
No.
That's all I want to do.
And that's fine. Then you do you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do them. And the police is going to come and escort you out, sir. I'm just trying
The
to...
police or FPS?
The Chicago police or the Norwich police, because like I told you...
Oh, they don't have any
it's not
jurisdiction.
a federal building.
They don't have jurisdiction on this property.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
This is not federal building.
Okay, so I'm asking you if it's not federal, is it state?
It's a building. From Norwich.
So
We're in the Norwich
you see how that
department,
sounds?
so
It's not federal or state. I mean, come on.
it's probably state. I don't know. This is just a regular
Well, how could
building,
you
sir.
watch this real quick? How could you tell me you don't know and then tell me for sure something is not something else?
It's not federal. I know that for sure. So,
Come
like
on
I said,
now.
I'm going back into my office.
Oh, you have a nice day.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure, man. They said Norwich. I don't understand, man. They offer services, obviously. Immigration services, it's federal, government building, public property. She said something about the FOIA request. They don't offer that. Well, we know how to get around that. We just fill out our own blank sheets of papers and turn it into a
For the last time, they do not offer anything but fingerprints here. You come in with an appointment from the Department of Immigration to get your fingerprints done so they can complete the application to become citizens. That's not that hard to understand. There's no need to do a FOIA request here. Let's jump ahead to where the cops show up and trespass this village idiot.
How you doing, officer?
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. What's your name and badge number?
It's right here. You can see it.
I can't pronounce it, sir. Don't want to make a mistake.
You don't. You won't.
D-
What's your...
Well, I don't need anything. I don't even know why they called you guys
They
here.
have a sign that says you can't record it.
What I was trying to explain to this young lady and this young lady as well, we have a First Amendment right to record in here. Plus, not only that, sir, I'm just going to
Okay.
want to explain to you. Plus, it's in CFR, which code of federal regulations that allows me to do this in the public accessible areas. And real quick, Officer Watts it is, 108. I just want to know from any one of you officers, from you guys from the Norridge Police Department?
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys have a contract that can come on this property and enforce federal regulations? That's all I want to know.
I'm confused by the question.
Basically, do you have a contract with this agency to come enforce federal regulations? If not, you guys are out of your jurisdiction.
This is not a
Because
federal building, sir.
it is.
Shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans yet again. I see you're going with the route of the sovereign citizen. Not the best move to make, but still a different move. So I'll commend you on that. But your shenanigans is this. Even if the Federal Protection Services, or FPS, had to come there because this was a federal building, even though it's not, local law enforcement can aid them and show up onto response calls for something like this. And they would have jurisdiction. So, you're wrong on that one, my friend.
It is.
It is not. It is not.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's
We
all.
are going to press charges.
So just leave.
I'm asking the question, sir.
Charges, sir.
You've been asked to leave, so just leave. If you don't leave, then you'll be in violation of criminal trespass.
They will like
Okay,
to
so
press charges.
I want to ask you this real quick. If I don't leave, I will be in violation of criminal
You
trespass.
will be arrested because you're in the state of Illinois, the county of Cook, and under the
Okay.
Illinois compiled statutes.
Okay.
You're in violation of criminal trespass.
Okay, so under threat of arrest and duress, I will leave under Officer Watts' direction. I'm just saying. So for sure.
I'm just telling you.
I understand. I'm just saying.
You call it a threat, you call it a threat.
I mean, you did threaten me. You said if I don't leave, I'm going to be arrested.
It's not a threat. That's the law. I'm
Okay.
not threatening you.
Okay. Again, I'm going to leave since you did convey that to me, and I'm gonna go to the you guys' police department and file some official complaint. What's your name, officer?
Officer Golubowski.
Golubowski? Appreciate that. And then, where is you guys' probation? I mean, not probation, but police department.
4020 North.
And it's Watts, and I don't know how to say your name. Deutscher, 39, yes. And the other officer. Okay. They said something about that it wasn't obviously it was. They trying to say it wasn't a government. This is government property. This is public property.
For the last time, this is a leased building, and they do not provide any other services than appointment required fingerprints for the Department of Immigration. If you don't have an appointment there, you don't belong there. And if you're not there for your appointment, they can ask you to leave, and you can be trespassed. Now, let's jump ahead to the follow-up where he goes to the police chief and tells him that he's going back to the same building where he was just trespassed.
Hi.
Shift commander?
No.
Oh, chief. Okay.
What's your name?
James.
James.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and basically have a quick dialogue with you, sir. I had got a couple of calls from a few of my family members. They said they did speak with you about an incident that occurred a couple of weeks ago. I was out here in you guys' town, and I was illegally trespassed from Officer Watts.
You were not illegally trespassed. You were not trespassed. You were warned that you can't be on there. You were warned.
Oh, so I wasn't trespassed at all.
You were trespassed, yes. You cannot go back there. If you go back there, you'll get arrested, yes.
Okay, so
You go back inside the property, yes.
Inside the property. Okay, so are you aware of the Illinois compiled statutes then, which is 720 ILS 521, where you can't trespass anyone from a public building during normal business hours? That's the law.
I understand, but
Yeah, that's not what the law says. The law actually states you can be trespassed from government buildings, state-funded buildings. And guess what else? If the agent or representative of the building tells you that you are trespassed and you refuse to leave, you can be arrested. It also states they don't have to give you a written warning. They can, or if they verbally tell you, or if they post a sign saying this individual is trespassed, is not welcome on the property, you will be arrested. And the claims of the family members that called in, he's referring to his followers and viewers on YouTube. They called in, and I'm assuming because there's no proof on his end or on the police end that any accusations he makes in this are actually true.
Okay.
that's not a public building. We have documentation, confirmation from the federal government that that is not a federal building.
Okay.
They are a leased building. They are private contractors.
Okay.
They pay a lease there. They pay rent.
Okay.
It is not a federal building.
It's not a federal building, so but they do. Who have a contract?
They are not. They do not work for the federal government. They contract for them.
That's correct. So my thing is this: we understand that the building itself isn't public.
Every worker
We understand
is not
that.
a federal worker.
Okay, we understand that the building itself is not public, but the entity is, not the structure of the building. I mean, seriously,
I
Chief.
understand. I understand. I'm telling you this, okay? You can feel what you want to feel.
No, I'm telling you the law.
No, you're not.
That's not the
You're
law.
not telling me the accurate law, okay?
Boom. Roasted.
It is a private building. They are not federal workers. It is not a federal building. It is not like this.
Okay. Okay.
Here, this is public.
That's correct.
Okay. It is not like that.
Okay, so in our reality, that place where I was at, where I was trespassed, you're telling me that they don't offer anything in terms of services to the public. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. You have to have an appointment to go there. You have to be directed to go there, and that's what they're there for. They are not federal workers. It is not a federal building.
Well, if you look on their website, it says that they're I'm saying
I understand.
It says government office.
I understand why you may think that.
Because it says government office. I can show it to you if you're willing to look at it.
I do not need to see it because I looked it up. But I also spoke with Department of Homeland Security, and it's not a federal building.
And I spoke to FPS as well.
Okay.
I spoke to Federal Protective Services, and they did say that is a government office.
Okay.
So how do we?
Then I guess we have opposing views, and here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I don't want this to happen.
Okay.
Okay. If you go there and they
Okay.
tell you to leave, and they call us,
Right.
and you refuse to leave,
Right.
we will arrest you for trespassing.
So you're going to go
hold
against
on.
the Illinois
No,
Kapow
hold on.
statute?
Can I finish?
Okay. Are you going to allow me to finish?
I did.
No, I'm
And I
saying.
was speaking.
No, I'm saying
And I
after
was
you
speaking.
speak. After you
Yeah,
speak.
absolutely.
Okay.
100%,
Okay. Cool.
100%.
Okay.
We will arrest you.
Okay.
Then you will go to court.
Okay.
And you will go before the judge.
Okay.
And you will get to plead your case.
Okay.
Okay. And that's how it will probably go. I don't want it to go that way. Okay. I don't understand why you feel the need for it to go that way.
Man, this police chief must have the patience of a saint. I mean, he's already told you that he's gotten the confirmation from Homeland Security. He's gotten the documentation to prove that it's not a federal building, that they are not federal employees. And he doesn't want to have to arrest you. He's telling you, look, you go there, you will be arrested, and then you go to court and you argue it in front of the judge. Arguing your cases in front of the cops will not solve the issue. You must resolve an issue like that by going to court.
You went there. Okay. They're not doing anything there. They take fingerprints and they take biometrics for the federal government, for people who are going for immigration status.
That's
okay?
correct.
They are private contractors. They are not federal workers.
Okay.
It is not a federal building. Therefore, you are not allowed in there without an appointment.
Okay. Now, are you going to allow me?
100%.
Okay. Now, I understand your opinion on it.
That's fact.
Okay, so my thing is this. Even if the building itself is not federal, once you contract with the government, that entity becomes public property.
Well, obviously, you've never been a private contractor or an independent contractor. Because if you would have even done the little bit of research, you would have understand something. Private contractors and independent contractors, once they sign a contract with the government, are not federal employees. They are not open to the public. For example, the private contracting firms during the Iraq War that were hired to help provide transportation of goods and services and supplies to the bases and to the reconstruction effort of Iraq were private contractors. Their companies did not become government companies. They were not open to the public. They were private, just like that particular.
I'm surprised and shocked that you don't know that part.
Okay, whatever.
You're nonchalant about it, Chief, and you should be more professional. So.
I'm not nonchalant about it. I understand the law. I know what the law is. And so you're going to do what you're going to do.
Right.
Okay? We'll do what we have to do.
So under threat of arrest from the
No,
chief.
Hold on. Time out.
Oh.
Do not say that because I did not threaten you.
You just told me if I go back.
That's not a threat.
That is, sir.
That is not a threat.
What would you call it?
I call that facts.
It's still a threat. It's under. I will be under duress.
Because I'm trying to tell you, okay, what's going to happen. I don't want it to go that way. Nobody wants it to go that way. You don't want it to go that way, do you?
I want to be able to exercise my rights, though.
Okay, and you did that. You went in there. You saw that nothing's going on in there.
Well, I didn't because I was interrupted by the police department.
It is not a public building. Period.
I think it is, and obviously I've been told that it is. And if you go on the website again, you would see that it says government office. Government office means what? Public property. No, it's just you guys trying to enforce your will upon a citizen.
Okay, here. This is a public building, right?
That's correct.
Okay, can you go back behind that door?
No, it's restricted.
Okay.
You need a key card, though, right?
There you go.
Do you need a key card?
Yeah.
Just right here, you need to punch. So of course it's restricted. Okay. That door wasn't restricted.
Okay, you need an appointment.
so that was a bad example.
No, it says right on the door you need an appointment. Appointment only. Okay. Do you have an appointment to go there?
I don't need one to walk into a public building, sir. That's just a policy. Are you guys law enforcement or policy enforcement? And then you use rude to a lot of my family members, Chief. That was very unprofessional of you. Well, they're not lying to me.
The family you quote say called and were treated rudely. Would this be your white knighting simps or your blind sycophantic followers who believe the gospel of the frauditor and sovereign citizen ideology?
Didn't say they were. I just said I wasn't.
A couple of them said that you said that guy is not a journalist. He's just somebody that sues people. And
are you a journalist?
Obviously you make the statement.
Are you a journalist?
Of course I am. I'm an investigative journalist. And now we're going to put Norridge under a lot of scrutiny.
Where are your credentials?
Who issues?
Journalistic credentials.
Who issues them?
Well, then how do I know you're a journalist?
But who issues credentials?
Because you say you're a journalist?
Yes, that's correct. But it's freedom of press, sir.
Okay.
You the chief. I know you've been on the force.
What does that matter?
Because you should know about the Constitution, sir, if you swore an oath to uphold it.
Constitution. I asked who you work for.
Well, I don't need to work for anyone if it's freedom of press, sir.
So I can say that I'm a journalist?
That's absolutely correct. Okay. Yeah, of course, not in your official capacity.
Well, you would get press credentials from a press outlet that you are affiliated with and work for. For example, the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal would give their reporters and their correspondents press passes or credentials saying they work for their company. You frauditors seem to think that these things don't exist and there's no way of getting them, when really, it's all about having gainful employment. You can even be a part of the Associated Press and still be an independent journalist and get credentials through them. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet.
You can't.
No, I couldn't do that.
In your individual capacity, you could. Yeah. So yeah, it's freedom of press, First Amendment, something you guys should uphold. Okay. But Officer Watts and two other officers that day and friends know my rights. They definitely did.
Your opinion.
They definitely did. I'm definitely going to go through with it all. I'm going to go all the way, Chief. I'm not going to never go away because my rights were infringed on.
Listen, I don't want you to go away. That's not what I'm asking here. Okay, I'm not asking for you to go away. Okay. I'm asking you to have a little understanding and understand that what you're saying is you are misunderstanding what that building is. Okay.
We just got different opinions.
Agreed. And again, the only way that's going to get solved, is either one of a couple of different ways, right?
That's correct.
One, I agree with you.
Right.
I don't. Okay. Two, you agree with me. You're not going to, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Three, if you go there and they ask you to leave and you refuse to leave, okay, you may be arrested for trespassing.
Even if I'm in there conducting business.
Well, what do you mean by business?
I'm in there conducting business. I'm in there. I have official business to conduct there.
What would be your official business?
Well, I don't need to convey it to you.
No, but I mean,
it's irrelevant what it is. I have it.
Do you have an appointment to be there?
That's irrelevant as well. I have business. If I'm telling you I have official business, I don't have to disclose it to you.
If they don't agree that you have official business there,
right?
Okay? Because official business to me would be you were sent there to get your fingerprints taken or your biometrics taken, which is what they do there, okay?
Right.
If you're not there for that reason, if you're there acting as a journalist,
that's correct,
okay, and you don't have an appointment to be there and it's not a public building,
right,
okay, then you could be arrested for trespassing.
Just like you guys have pamphlets and stuff on the walls and stuff like that that's available to the public and services or whatever type of correspondences.
Because this is a public venue.
See, that's where we're messing up at. And it's going to come down. Now it's going to personally probably come down on you, Chief, because you're sanctioning it. from security liability. You're allowing your officers to infringe on the citizens' rights.
I have a busy day.
I don't believe that. I don't believe. I'm just being honest. I don't believe because obviously the young lady just said you wasn't available, then you can't get there.
I made myself available.
Okay.
Okay, because you said you were going to go violate the law, so I came out here to.
No, I didn't say I was going to violate the law. I just said I was going to go back and exercise my rights.
Which you were trespassed from being there. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this: How long was the trespass? Because I didn't go to court or anything. No judge sanctioned a time frame.
It's a verbal trespass.
Indefinitely, is it, Chief? Oh,
if they don't want you there, okay,
right,
you can't be there.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was trespassed today, how long was the duration?
Until they say otherwise. According to the state statute, if you are forbidden to be on the property, you are forbidden from being there. Now, if they happen to say there's a time frame, then yes. But you were given a verbal trespass warning telling you not to come back to the property. That's what it was. And if you go back there, violating that trespassing warning, you will be arrested for criminal trespassing.
Until they want you back.
So how do we know? I have to go back, right?
No.
Then how would I be able to? Come on, man. Come on, Chief. Come on, man.
You go there, you do what you got to do. If that's what you feel like you need to do and want to do, okay? And then we'll do what we feel like we have to do and need to do, okay? But I'm asking you, man to man, okay? What's the point? What are we getting?
You know what the point is? To be perfectly honest with you. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It's a disconnect already between citizens and officers. Okay. And this is the reason why.
I 100% disagree with you there.
Really?
You go knock on any door here, talk to any citizen, and you will find out that we have one of the best relationships with our citizens in this town here.
In Norwich.
In Norwich. Absolutely, 100%.
I find that very hard to believe.
Knock on any door, find out.
I guarantee, because if
do some journalistic, investigative skills. Talk to the citizens.
I would love to.
Don't go to some building. Go to the mall. Talk to the people at the mall. Walk around the streets. Talk to the people on the streets. Don't go bother some people that are just trying to work and do their job.
Well, that's just it. We have a right. See, if you ever heard of ACLU versus Alvarez in the state of Illinois?
Whatever.
I'm saying,
I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it.
I'm making a point.
I probably know the basics of the case, but I don't know it.
Okay, so let me just tell you the basics of it then. Right. Okay. The basics of the case is the state Supreme Court of Illinois says we as citizens have a right to film public officials in the course of their duties.
They're not public officials. They're contractors. They are contractors. They are not public officials.
Once you contract with the government, it makes it public property.
We're done. We're going round and round here.
I'm gonna grab a for you, and I'm gonna forward your entire.
We are gonna end it here because we're just going around in circles with this jackwagon. I am not aware if he's gone back to the building or has been arrested yet again, if ever, for this crime. However, he did go on his first visit to the police station and file a complaint against the officers who trespassed him from the building. And well, we have this. But if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on the next video or live stream. And with all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. A special thank you to all my channel members. Without you guys, I can keep the channel going, so thank you.